Hey there, it's Brittany Chavers, and I am back with Jesse James Beads today, and we are going to be making a bracelet using this blueberry patch awesome strand. It's so cute. Love the flowers on here. And we're going to get an assist with some beads, possibly from Blueberry Pie and Blue Raspberry Ice Pop mini mixes. I am just so excited to use this strand. It's so cute. So let's get started. Okay, I've opened my strand. I'm going to take one of these beautiful blue beads, a spacer, a tiny crystal, and a crystal rondelle. And I'm going to take some 19 strand bead string and wire, string on my flower, and then I'm going to put on the rondelle, then my spacer, and then my little teardrop crystal. And this is going to be our closure, and I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. I'm going to come back through every bead except my teardrop. So I'm going to come around the teardrop, come back through my daisy, come back through my rondelle, and then come back through my flower. Okay, and essentially we're making that flower into a button, and I'm going to pull that tight because I want the center to look like a flower as well. Isn't that super duper cute? So what we need to do is cut this off of our spool, and I'm going to take a crimp tube and I'm going to slide that all the way down and slide it up against my blue bellflower and put it on this second piece as well. And then I'm going to take my crimping pliers and just crimp that tube. Oh, and we're actually seeing that the crimp is a little bit smaller than the opening there. That's okay. I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to cover it with a crimp cover, and that'll make it small enough or large enough that it won't continuously go through our flower. You can also put, actually, I'm going to put one of these back here so that won't happen. And we'll put that in our crimping pliers and squish. We'll turn 90 degrees, squish again, and then we will squish one more time. Okay, so now we've got our button for our bracelet. It's super pretty. Take our crimp cover, hold it like that, put it around our crimp, and slowly close. You don't want to close it all at the same time because it'll end up folding and it won't look right. And I'm just going to work around that crimp cover to get it to close. Now you will see an opening here. Sometimes it won't completely close all the way, and that's okay. You're just going to mold your crimp cover with your crimping pliers, and there we go. It just looks like a little bead. Okay, super cute. Here's our button and our closure. Now the fun part begins. I have some 24 gauge wire, and I'm just going to wire wrap a leaf. I've already done one here, but what I'll do is just stick a little bit through my leaf. I'm going to come up, fold it, and then twist to lock it in place. You don't need a lot of twists. That's probably more than you need. And then I'm just going to wire wrap that into a loop, acting as if that second wire is not even there. I will end up trimming it if it doesn't trim itself. And I'm just going to wire wrap around. So I'm going to leave that one out. I'm just going to wire wrap down my leaf. As many wraps as you want, as messy as you want, as not messy as you want. But I want this to be a little organic. So I'm going to go ahead and trim in the back, and then trim in there. So we have a little leaf. I've got two there. I think we're 3 leaves on the strand, so you can do as many as you want. I'm putting one right up against my flower. So we'll have a leaf right up against our flower, and you can trim off this excess anytime you want. I'm just leaving it on for right now. And then I'm just gonna go in and fill in until it's the length that I want and the look that I want. Got some beads from the mini mix. I'm gonna possibly use some of these. And from Blueberry Pie, I'm gonna use some of these darker rondelles. So we've got a really nice mix of beads. And actually that teardrop came from the Blueberry Pie mix now that I'm looking at it. I'm gonna slide on a dark blue rondelle. And then I am going to put on a flower bead cap, this beautiful white bead cap, and then one of the pearls. So this is going to kind of be our focal. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing going the other direction. That's super cute. You know what? I think I want to put on a leaf here. Okay, put on a third leaf. I'm going to put on another one of these. And then we're going to make the closure that will go around our little bloom here. I have some seed beads from Jesse James Beads. I'm just going to spill those out. We're probably not going to need that many. I have another crimp tube. I'm going to put that on first. And then I'm just going to put on a bunch of seed beads, and we are going to make that the closure. So you want enough to fill in enough space that the line will go around the widest point of our flower. So I'm going to go ahead and test. And just looking at that, I know that that's not enough to go around our flower because our flower is pretty big. So I'm just going to add more until it's big enough. All right, we have enough on. And I am just going to come back down through our crimp tube and back through a couple beads. And then we'll just pull that tight, making sure all the other beads are moved down towards the flower that we've already created. Keep pulling. As we see, we have a gap. We don't want any gaps. But also you see that my bracelet is in a curve shape so that we don't get a straight line when we crimp. And then I'm just going to take my crimping pliers and put the crimp inside there. Be very careful here because you will crush your glass seed beads. So if you want, you can definitely flat crimp, and I think that's what I'm going to do because I've got enough experience to know that I'll crush one of those seed beads if I'm really trying to folded crimp. So I'm just going to squish, and you can put on a crimp cover here. I think I'm going to leave it because you're not really going to see that, and just make sure that it is squished. We'll cut off our tails. Making sure not to cut the main wire. And here we have such a lovely botanical and fun bracelet. And it's just so cute. Nobody else is going to have that same bracelet. Love it. You could put as many beads or as few beads on here as you like. Fill in with seed beads, whatever makes you happy. But just a fun way to close your bracelet using a non-traditional closure. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to Jessie James Beads for having me back. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay tuned for Goldie. She's super cute. Bye-bye. Goldie. Are you my little loaf of bread? Don't you look like a little loaf of bread? You're so cute. You just ignore me when the camera comes out, huh? Goldie. Hi, cutie. Hi. Love you. Yes, I do.